How to progressive house. I'm going to break down how you make a progressive house track, and that's today's video. Are you ready for it? Let's go and do it right now. Hey, what's up, I'm in Kitchen, and thank you for checking out yet another video. Now, if this is your first time here, don't hesitate to click subscribe and hit that notification bell. Whenever I upload a new video, you'll be kept in the loop and you'll not miss out on anything. Stick around till the end of this video. I will tell you all about the dance carousel. I will tell you all about the community, and the action is on Discord. That's where we congregate. That's where the whole community comes together. So hop into Patreon, bridge yourself into Discord, and you're offline. That towards the end of this video. Let's go back to the origins of progressive house. Mind you, it even existed coming from acid house, disco, from that old school dance music kind of vibe when it was not even dance music in the beginning. And three names that come to mind are Paul van Dyk, Sasha, and John Digweed as pioneers who really brought in this kind of music and gave it to the masses, made it a little bit more accessible. It even started in the early 80s, can you imagine? So it really is a genre that's been around for a while. Is it the most popular genre? No, it's not. But it's one of those genres where it doesn't really have this one thing that it can be. It can be a lot of different things, and that's what I love about it. So if you want to bridge maybe musicality with even jazz and funk and trance, you can. You know, there's no set rule as to this is what it is. This genre's BPM is a little bit slower. It just ranges between 124 and 133 maybe. It was a lot faster and it goes ups and downs. I can imagine that in the late 80s, early 90s, it was a bit more fast-paced, and out of progressive house came progressive trance, came hard trance and stuff. So it's definitely a genre that helped other genres propel in its wake. I used to play a lot of progressive house. Don't mix progressive house with melodic techno. There are two different and separate things. Even though they might live in the same neighborhood, they're definitely not in the same street, most definitely not in the same house. There's different things. Melodic techno is more about breaks and the subsequent 37, I might say. And progressive house is, yeah, what the name entitles. It's more experimental, I would say. It's relevant for a few reasons also. It's got an enduring appeal. So when you're on the dance floor, it's very, very easy to just like latch on to it because it's got like uplifting melodies, it's got chord schemes, it's got that really anthemic kind of thing that really works on a dance floor, as well as it being intimate enough for you to really lose yourself in. Progressive house thrives in the underground scene. And the underground scene meaning there's a lot more room for DJs to experiment, do longer sets even, so they can really take you on a journey. So I think that out of progressive house you get a lot. But can you just like narrow it down to a few things that need to be embedded on the song? Yes, I think you definitely can. Now I have broke down the track and how I lay it out for me to play it live. So yeah, I don't see a lot of live progressive house artists that do stuff live in a dawless way. So I think there might be something there. Let me know how you get on with it. And let me know in the comment section whether you like it or not. There's not anything else. Let's head over to the live set and let's make it work, shall we? This genre speaks to me because of a few things. I really like the fact how you can set up tracks, and in terms of using your musicality, I think it's one of the best genres ever. I mean, I went over it in the intro. Let's go and set this up. Now let's break it down to a bare minimum. The few things that I do think that could work. For a progressive live setup, I think that this is really it. I really enjoy it. So I just assembled everything back because I just did a show. I'm still wearing the band actually. This was Geheime Liefde is what it's called. It means secret love. And the fact that it's called that is because they don't tell you what the lineup is. So people will go to this festival not knowing who's playing. They'll find out when they get there, which is a cool thing. In terms of promoting, sometimes not, but I can understand how the expectation can really do something for festivals. You know, if you know that a big DJ is playing, you might go. If there's not a big DJ playing, you might not go. So they thought to just do it that way. Now, they've got different stages. I played on the main stage, which was a big thing for Analog Kitchen. So I wanted to bring bigger tunes. Now, as I said, progressive house. How do I set it up? I've got a few things that I do think are adamant for having this thing start. There's a 303 here and the Octatrack here, and those two start immediately. I'm using clock from the Octatrack for this demonstration. So if I'll start the track, it starts with bare drums and a 303. Now the 303, as you can hear, is very low because I want this driving thing to go, you know, hit you a little bit in the gut, so to speak. So what does that mean exactly? If I take out the drums that I have, I'm taking out the kick drum, I'm taking out the hat, you'll hear just the 303 by itself. Now opening it up, it does this. This thing, you'll hear it, but once the rest of the music is engaged, you'll not pay attention to it and you'll only miss it when it's gone, right? So this is why this is there. I can do 3 tunings on it. That's this, and as things progress, filters open up, more drums get added. Sometimes you just need to get this out of the way of stuff that might be playing at a time, but I'll just gradually go. I'll just feel that out once I'm playing it live. So back, kick drum in. Kick drum is coming also through this little desk that I got sitting right here on track 1. So all the markings here don't line up anymore. Got my kick here. And then track 2 on the Octatrack, track 2 here. I've got this in live quick mute mode, which means that now this is muting the tracks instead of going in and shift, you know. Yeah, selecting tracks that way. Now, this I like. If you hear this on a big sound system, it's rough. It's that really rudimentary kind of, you know, in your face kind of feel, which is really cool. So got my kick drum. I got a question of somebody asking me, like, do you always tune your kick drum? You know, it's cool for a production, but when I'm doing a live show, I'd rather choose a frequency that works on a big sound system rather than me figuring out if the key of the bass drum needs to be aligned to the key of the music, because in the end of the day, I highly doubt people are going to run to the bar if they figured out that my bass line is half a key off, so half a note off. So that doesn't really matter unless it's not a sustained bass note that can act as a bass line. In that sense, obviously, you need to tune it. But with progressive house, the tuning is key in some sort. Let's quickly go over to what I have here. As said, 303 with 2 waveforms. The rounded waveform on a square wave, and a saw wave, which is a little bit more aggressive on the reso. So as you can hear, this is a little bit smoother. Both come in handy depending on how the track progresses, how the crowd feels the track and what's happening. So I'll probably start with a rougher saw wave here, oscillator, and tone it down a little bit. So for you nerds out there, I've got the cutoff frequency on 8 o'clock, I've got the resonance on 12 o'clock, I've got the envelope modulation on 11 o'clock, I've got the decay on 1 o'clock, the accent is on 2 o'clock, I've got some accents on some notes, and the tuning is, as I said, all the way down. Now the way I work these tracks is that I figure out what the key of the music is that I'm going to introduce, and then I have my different 303 lines in the key of the music that I'm going to do, so I can transition with this thing, right? So here. As you can hear. And with the TB03, I've got 2 banks of 8, which meaning 16 locations, and I'm now on track 9, which is like bank 9. It's on my 1010 black box also 9. So I'm going to go to the next page, the first one, which means like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, flip over 9. So this will correspond with the rest that we have right now. Okay, then the 2 rows, as you can see here, here is a MIDI fighter connected to the 1010 black box. I will play samples of the 1010 black box. I've got the Acid Box 3 and the Strymon Blue Sky connected to separate outputs of the 1010 black box. I've got, you can see it underneath here, a 006 by RetroKids and the 008 by RetroKids, as this usually is my master. This is my brain. So I will play it from here, but for now today I'm just going to play it from the octa track. But usually this gives a clock to this, and then the octa track gives a clock to the 1010. The 1010 sends a clock to the TB03, and out of the 1010 black box I've got a trigger signal that can go to a DFAM or what have you, and in that sense you can trigger the whole shebang. There's an amplitude sitting right here, which is connected to the subsequent 37, so I can go for different nice shimmer here, gate. So yeah, it comes in handy for when I'm playing live. I have not got this connected so that I can record stuff because I'm playing stuff live. A thing that I don't think a lot of people know, if you press the both keyboard octave keys together and press a note, you can transpose your subsequent to go play in the key that the track is in, which is handy if you are switching keys throughout the songs, that it will go somewhere else, then you know what is what. Okay, am I digressing? Very much so. So, mixer here, that's got all the different channels coming in. I don't mix or EQ stuff on this, well, not if I can help it, you know. With a budget mixer like this, I trust the preamps, and I trust that the manufacturer has invested more in the preamps than he did in the EQ, so I will leave the EQ alone and make sure that I got my stuff here. So yeah, 008, 1010 black box, Strymon Black Sky, Acid Box 3, and then a MIDI fighter, top row, bottom row, the octa track as a drum computer, and the bass lines coming from here as well in a song, and the 303, because you always need a 303. All right, now if I want to build this track up, there's a few things that I need. I need a snare. Yeah, I need an open hat. And let's focus on that open hat for a while. This open hat is playing two things. You might not pick up on it, but if I shorten the notes, you'll hear it. Listen. Tick it. So instead of the I have it play then I open up the release a little bit so you don't hear it too much. So it gets a sidechain effect without you sidechaining this groove. So instead of trying to just like figure out how to do certain things on this machine, again, to just like trick all these things, dawless production means thinking ahead, thinking on your feet, and trying to just like mimic certain things that you can do with the computer. But mind you, this is a simpler approach and it works. The kick is coming from a different output, so I've got control over my kick on a different channel, so that if things need to change in the club, I can do that. Moving on, so the snare was on 3. Now the close head that I got here, just playing 16th, is giving you a little bit of a gritty kind of, you know, feeling, and that's exactly why this hi-hat did that same thing. So it plays as a shaker almost. If I was to, I've got one here. You know, pick up through my headphone. Nice, you know, nice organic kind of feel. I try to get the levels between that closed hat and that open 707 hat that I have. I try to just get them closely together, not in terms of they mask the frequencies masking, but they need to just sit together a little bit. So the kick, close hat, snare. And because I'm thinking, okay, what else would I like to add? There's a top loop here, and a top loop that lets me flirt with the outside world. That makes my track a little bit more current, a little bit more beatport, a little bit more like what's out there, right? So if I want to approach this dawless live set a little bit like a DJ, I need this thing to do a little bit of that DJ vibe, right? So this is what it sounds like. Let's listen to that loop in solo. pretty in your face. Yeah, so that keeps the train going. So there's a bit of a techno loop. So this would be techno. And slowly, with adding, for instance, the 303, it becomes a little bit more driving. Yeah, it becomes a little bit more trancey. And for progressive house, progressive obviously with bordering a little bit on trance and more melodic kind of stuff, you'd like to go into for that hypnotizing kind of vibe. I did a video on hypnotizing stuff within your music. You should go and check it out if you've not seen it before. If you have, well, you know what I'm talking about. You would like to have people zone in on the music and not have stuff pay too much, drain too much attention away from where people are headed. Speaker hugging, dancing on the floor, getting lost in the music, exactly. So, as you can hear, the little bit of a boogie between the hat. So this hat gets embedded on the loop. This hat also. This is how you avoid copyright strikes if you mask things like this. My hat now falls into this loop, but if I take my hat out, you'll miss it. Listen carefully. Off. See? And then you play around again with the release and just like have it sit in a way that you can really hear it. Not so. In terms of equalizing, people ask me, don't you equalize anything? Well, this is my hierarchy, right? First, I will level it. Yeah. Then I will envelope it. So first amplitude, then envelope, as they are closely knit together. I mean, the longer the sound is, the louder it's going to be, obviously. So set a level where you think it works, and then make it shorter. Close hat close hat there as well. So I'm speaking Dutch within my English. Yeah. Okay. So then I am actually going to add the kick. Yeah. Now I'm going to start adding music. Very important part. If I'm adding music, I'm thinking this was already playing. It doesn't make sense to have a bass line that is going to just like play in that same frequency range. So my bass line is slightly higher. Listen to this. Usually this would be lower than my 303, but you can clearly hear that this goes. Take out a little bit of the. So this is my bass line. And the 303 is here. That's what I did. So you've got two stories of bass, right? Is my bass line loud? Yes, it is loud. I'm going to leave it as it is. Okay, play this. Yep, I'm liking it, right? Cool. Now, progressive house. This is just the backbone of the music. If I was to just use my ABC category, I think I've got my A sitting right here. This would move. Can you dance to this? Yes. If I'm taking out the TB03, is it collapsing? No. If I'm taking out the bass line, is it collapsing? Not very much, but you know, it does what it does. It's an appealing beat. People can get into that, right? Cool. Cool. What we're going to do right now, we're going to add a vocal, something that will really have people go, okay, what's going on, right? So there's a few things that I have. There's 4 samples that I use. First, this one. Makes it very prog, right? Start from the beginning, so I do it like so. Now not everything is going to start on the same beat, so yep. Vocal is going to come in, but I have got this. Vocal. Nice. So building it up, right? I'm going to stay on the same root note. That's what the Arp is playing, as you can hear. Cool. Nice. So, vocal. Listen. Now this can go on forever if I wanted to, but what I want to do is introduce a chord change. Now, I've got two patterns, pattern 1 and pattern 2. On pattern 2, I am actually going to go and stray from the path, but all the samples that I have, these ones that I just played you, can play over both bass lines. Now, let's go to this second pattern, and that takes a while. 2, 3, and so it doesn't line up, but I'm going to make sure that it does too. 1, 2, 3, do it. Now, same goes for the 303. That also works. But now there's too much low-end content, so if I don't hear it, I'm going to start transposing it 1 octave. And again, a trick that I do on most of my tracks, I'm going to just like take this off. The Arp coming from the 1010 black box is playing half tempo to the Arp that's playing from the TB3. And the other one's playing. So that's half tempo. So both of them are easy to track and easy to follow if you're clued into the music. Let's go in and play all my music here. Now obviously this is cool, nice and dandy, and I can play whatever. And I think that if I'm listening to these themes, I follow my bass line, right? So in the A category, I think that if I'm taking off the ear candy and the niceties, let's take out the 303 as well. Let's focus on the bass line. So I would like to think of an harmony that can play over the top of this bass line so that it can uplift the track more. Make it a little bit more trancey, obviously. So also something like this. And then go up. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Do I have something that can play that? Probably. Listen to this. Yeah. So now I've got that accompanying melody that I get inspired by the bass line, that's in which the bass line inspired me from, and I've worked that out, obviously as a sample. And then you get a bit of a trance line, and I've got an accompanying vocal to go with that as well, which is this. Now why does this work? Because my chord scheme is twofold. You can hear that. And now we're going to Loving that. So going back in. Now, when you play this out and you do it logically, people love it. So, and then you get to switch back to the first pattern and take this out and go in like so. We're back in our hamster wheel. We're sticking to the beaten path, not going anywhere else. Again, hypnotizing lady sings. And that's easy. So the bottom two cells do this straight ostinato part, and the other one play this. So now I got a chord change that I can do, and if that's a little bit too dramatic, if I'm going to leave my 303 in the middle, I can still switch, go back out, 1, 2, 3, and as you can hear. So I've got a few things that I can do and migrate that track upwards, and it really, really works. This was a big moment in my set that I played at Geheimliefde. There was people going absolutely bonkers over it, they loved it. And then if I don't want to just like launch samples, I get to play. Take this out. And so I'm still thinking, okay, I'm going to lower the 303. Going to take this out and play an alternate bass line. Constantly landing on that first note. So this could be a bass line. This is the bass line over 4, right? Or I should say 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, and back. 2, 2, 3. And in order to have a little bit more longevity on your track, you want to branch out. So this is the first one. Second. And then you go to I go back to my own bass line. And so, such is the way that I get longevity in the track, you know. And if I want to break a breakdown, take everything out and just play around with the 303. Make a big breakdown with the Arp. Bass drum. Nice one. Kick out. Drum roll. Engage the rest of the tracks of the bass line. And off we go. And that's basically the whole setup, right? And yeah, transitioning means turning off the 1010 black box, going to a different song, engaging, or going to a different 303 line that I can tone down a bit, and then slowly add new samples and add more music, and off we go. All right, nice. I'd like to welcome Raymond and Tonto as new patrons for this month. Welcome. I think it was Raymond asking about Patreon. Yeah, it's in Discord. Just hop over to Discord, come in, it'll be cool. There's a big community waiting for you and we're all more than welcome to have you there. As well as Tonto, welcome. Thank you for joining up. You can do that at patreon.com/analogkitchen. Now, I think the summer is coming. There's a few things that we're going to do. We're looking forward to doing shows. I am going to Superbooth this week. That means that, yeah, that's next week. So I'm going to have to see whether I'm going to do a video, yes or no. Might do, might not do, or just like collect a lot. I'll see how my time is, but it's Superbooth next week. I'm looking forward to meeting everyone. I'm looking forward to see Bo Beats. I'm looking forward to see Ricky if he's going. I'm going to link up with IK Multimedia, with Enrico, obviously. I'm going with Jelle Boulijn, so we're going to head out, fly this time, and not drive as we did. And yeah, we're just going to head out. I think that is... Tough Junk's going, I think he might be going, so it's going to be a Patreon meetup there as well. So if you are there next week, be sure to bump in and say hi. Okay, if you made it this far into the video, you, sir or ma'am, are an absolute superstar. Thank you for watching. Keep watching this space. I'm Analog Kitchen and I'm out.
this groove, don't stop the music. Don't stop this groove, don't stop the music. Don't stop this groove, don't stop the music.